across the entire nation, introduced me to you, and she just spoke so highly about your national coaching and your training. And when I found out you were coming here, it was just super exciting, man. So I'm really looking forward to it. So I've been selling here in Denver for 18 years, and I've sold a lot of houses, man. I mean, I have sold north of 5,000 houses, and I think only those who sell real estate understand how many transactions that really is. But the cool thing is about that whole setup is for the last 6 years, I have built up such a great team that for 6 years now, I haven't had to sell a single house. Mm-hmm. And I think the one thing our team is always focused on is how to generate more referrals. Yep. And I know you touch on that sometimes. So maybe start by speaking on that.
Yeah, I mean, not sometimes. It's like the main thing, right? Everybody's looking for ways to generate more referrals. Now, if you're listening to this video, listen very closely as I say this. Now, instead of starting with internet marketing, social media marketing, which there's no question, it's very powerful, and there's the right way to do it in real estate and the wrong way, what most people are actually doing. And that actually is one of the topics we're going to cover, the right way, the right expectation regarding internet marketing. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. But as far as prospecting, I learned a long time ago, actually, from a guy that moved to the United States from Cuba with nothing, no relationships, no money, spoke broken English, and his only shot, he thought at the time, was getting his real estate license, relatively low barriers to entry. He didn't have the educational background, so he became a real estate agent, right? And so he had to become really creative. He didn't have money for farming. He didn't have money for advertising, marketing, branding. He didn't have a fraternity that he went to college with to leverage to get his business going. Didn't have family, didn't have friends. So how does that guy go from that to $181 million of volume within 10 years, right? So he talked to me and showed me his prospecting system, and it just made a lot of sense. And one of the first things that we all need to know as real estate agents is that every single American family, statistically, this is a National Association of Realtors statistic, is aware of 3 real estate transactions every single year. I don't know about you. Well, actually, I know about you. You're a real estate agent. But when I bought my first house, okay, the woman that sold us that house, I've never heard or seen from her ever again, other than maybe a postcard or a calendar magnet that she wants me to stick on my refrigerator, right? So where most people are gravitating towards, what can I do online to, have all these leads, or people are telling me all these stories about 7,000 listings, leads a day from this internet marketing funnel. Well, that's a bunch of baloney, as you can imagine, right? When I build somebody's business, it starts with the foundation of saying, okay, who's in your database? Is your database organized? Because they're all aware of 3 transactions. So most people can gather 100 people between friends, family, past clients, right? Or even if you're new to real estate, there's 100 people you know. Well, that's 300 referral opportunities. The million-dollar question is, what can you do to insert value into those people to create that feeling of reciprocity? In other words, to shift them from being a person that likes you to a person that is actively engaged in selling you when someone that they know is interested in buying or selling a home. That's the key. That's the difference. So what we did is I took part of his system. Now it's been 12 years since he and I met, and he had that record-breaking year. But I've evolved it because technology, things like video email are out that I've inserted and built around this thing. It includes conversations, and we mix in some technology into this wonderful deliverable that helps people get and generate one lead that pays them for every single person in their database. And that's one of the things that we're going to be covering at the event. The million-dollar question, the questions that we answer in this system, which I'm a huge believer in systems, right? Big believer in Michael Gerber in that book, The E-Myth Revisited, where he said, the system should produce a result. All you have to do now is operate that system, right? And that's how you create predictability and scalability. Is what we show people is what to say, how to say it. By the way, it costs nothing, $0 to run the system. What to say, how to say it, and what value can you bring to those people to create that reciprocity so that you can maximize the number of referrals. Then you go on to expireds, then you go on to FSBOs and pre-foreclosures and open houses and all the different channels. And we're going to be talking about strategy, tactics, and process for each area of prospecting for real estate at the Crush It event. So kind of got off on a list of real things. What should you do? What should your follow-up be? And what system can you create so that your day is set up where you're not having to think, what should I do? Maybe I'll give this a shot, right? And we also talk about practice, but you said something earlier that I got to go back to. You talked about mindset, okay? 67% of this country is grossly overweight, right? Every single one of those people don't want to be, right? And every single one of those people know to push, pull, squat, walk fast, eat high protein, low carb diets, right? They know exactly what to do, burn more calories than you consume. You can download the MyFitnessPal app for free, track what goes in, track what you burn out, and if you have a calorie deficit, 7,000 more calories burned than in a week means you lost 2 pounds. 35, right? Same thing holds true in real estate. Most people, after 6, 7, 8 weeks, they know they got to be out there contacting people. They know they got to get out of their offices and network and add value. They know they have to practice their listing presentation, their phone scripts, right? But why don't they do it? And that's the most valuable thing that my mentor taught me is he uncovered fundamentally what causes fear, worries, anxiety, procrastination, why we have call reluctance, because that's ultimately what it is, or advanced call reluctance, where people don't do the things they know they should be doing on a daily basis. And one of the biggest benefits that people are going to come into this Crush It event, and I'm going to really unfold for them, is exactly why, exactly how to change it. Everybody's got habits and routines, right? Go outside, Chad, and try to pull out a 5-year-old or a 10-year-old tree out of the ground with your hands, right?
Right, good luck.
Yeah, good luck, right? Why? Because the roots are deep, right? And they're wide, right? The rooting system. Well, habits and routines are like those roots. They're not easy to pull out, right? But if you understand the steps of what I call habit smashing, the steps you can take, specific steps to rewire thinking, rewire belief systems about prospecting, and candidly, shifting your mindset from the grind to joy, right? Because you have to enjoy and you have to love what you do. Now, some people will look at that and say, well, I don't know if I really love real estate. Why? Because you're not making, if you're losing, it's not fun. If you're getting your butt kicked, it's not fun. I don't care what industry you're in. No industry is going to be fun. But when you're winning, right? But then the double set aside of that is, well, do I win first and then experience joy? The answer is no. It's how do I rewire and relook at just the inspecting and the refining and the practices and the things you got to work at. And if you can shift to enjoy those things, the result and the wins and the money is simply a byproduct. And you're somebody that's considering coming out to Crush It event.
Man, I mean, you know what? Come see it for yourself. I mean, what we're talking about here are universal truths, right?
Yep.
Whether it's real estate or some other industry. And the fact, if you're sitting out there right now and you are that agent, being like, well, gee, this is not a lot of fun. I'm not making the money I want to make. I'm not leveraging the systems and the tools that I should be. Yep. If you feel like you're currently the leverage, you need to come to this. Yep. Because at the end of the day, that shift in mindset could change. I mean, overnight. It could change overnight for you. Yep. This could change the trajectory of the rest of your career. And really, at the end of the day, the legacy for your family and your kiddos and those who you love.
Right. Go out of my way to come to this. By the way, the event is completely free. And I'm going to give you guys some really specific golden nuggets that will make an immediate impact on your business. That is an absolute promise. I won't chain you to the chair. I always tell people, come on, and within the first 10 minutes, if you're not blown away, if I can't inspire you and get you to see how powerful the Crush It event is in 10 minutes, get up that chair, walk away. No one's ever done that in 17 years of me being a speaker. So it is, what is the upside? What is the downside? Well, the downside is, what is it, the cost of not learning something that can help you, right? What is the cost of your habits and routines right now? What if I was able to really give you clarity and really help you to understand how to shift from being a realtor or a real estate agent to a business professional that sells real estate? Yeah. Goals, plans to support the goals, the systems, processes, and tactics within that business plan you need to have in real estate. We're going to get really specific and actually role play with all those areas of prospecting and generating business, selling skills, and then the mindset piece. I'm going to cover all those things. In addition to that, I'm going to explain the number one reason why people are failing with internet marketing, social media marketing, and real estate, what most people are being taught, and why it's completely wrong and not relevant to this thing called real estate. Anything high ticket, it's handled much differently. So I'm going to dive into the best practices for mobile, social, digital marketing, social media marketing for real estate agents. So we're going to pack that all in from, I guess I'll start around 9:30, the latest, and we'll finish around 12:30. It will be a life-changing event for anybody. Any last questions, Chad? Now, you guys coming out with you going to come out with your whole team? Your whole team going to come out?
Oh, buddy, yeah, we're excited about this, man. And I got to tell you what, anytime I could be a positive impact on an agent's life, I'm going to do it. And the reason why I'm inviting you here is because I feel like you could be an integral part of doing that.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll just leave it with this. I mean, if you want to say where it's at and what day and time, I think you're solid.
Yeah. So let me look at the schedule. We are going to come out there April 4th, right?
Yep. April 4th.
So it'll be Thursday, April 4th at a place called The Outpost. If you're seeing this video, you click on the link that you see within this video below or to the side, and it'll take you right to a registration page. There's going to be a short video on there, the details, the time, the outline of the event. It's all there. The details are below. Chad, thanks so much for your time. You're the best. I really look forward to actually shaking your hand, meeting you, and you and I can grab some lunch afterwards. And I appreciate your time here today.
All right, buddy. We're all looking forward to it. Pat, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Have a great day.
You too, man.
We'll see you, pal.